Welcome. So part of your final project, and this video could be used for other purposes as well. So part of the project is to use GitHub. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk you through how to set up GitHub. I'm gonna walk you through how to use GitHub. I'm gonna show you two different ways. And ultimately what you are to do is use GitHub in your final application, your final project that you are working on. And so what you're gonna do is you're gonna save your code within SQL, your .SQL files. You're going to upload it to GitHub. Okay. So first and foremost, go to a web browser. I'm going to pull up GitHub.com. What you're going to do here is you're going to sign up. So you could have did it the other way here as well. You could have just came here and put a username. So whatever you want your username to be. So let's say you want it to be Landshark. Landshark's already taken. So I'll let you know if it's already taken. I'll just put 22. It's not available. I'll put 3 2s. All right, it is available. And then you'll put your email address. So I would recommend username at pointpark.edu. If you're taking my class, use the Point Park email. Don't use your personal email. And then whatever your password is going to be, and sign up for GitHub. I already have an account. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to walk you through how to set it, walk through it. So let me actually get in here. So PPU and my password. There we go. All right. So we're already signed into my account. What I am going to do is I'm going to set up a new repository. So what I'm seeking here is each team has their own repository. So each team will set up one. So you'll pick that one person in your group. And so let's say there's a group of 4, you'll pick whoever that person is, they'll walk through this and establish this, but everybody should have access to GitHub. Basically, what is GitHub? So let's talk about it real quick. We'll kind of go all over the place here. So GitHub is a source code repository. Now, source code repository. What is a source code repository? Well, is it going to type it or not? There we go. Source code repository. Well, it is what you think it is. It's a location where you save source code. In this sense, in this case, we're going to save .SQL files. And the purpose for this is a way to automatically manage our files in a shared location. Also works for your projects every 2 weeks that you have to do a certain feature for your project, and allows me to look at what you did. So let's just put a permanent location to store your source code. Example .SQL files. Okay, so it's a location to store your SQL files. Perfect. And this is also for your project. Okay, 2 ways of uploading files. One way is manually, or which is the way I recommend, command line interface. I'll teach you how to do command line. If you're using a Mac, you're going to use terminal. If you're using a PC, you're going to use something called Git Bash. So there's two things that we have to do, and we'll talk about that shortly. Not a big deal right now. I'll actually make a different video on the Git Bash, because I don't have Git Bash on a PC, and so that's going to be a little bit more difficult to do, but it's fine. All right. All right. So that's what we have. These are our locations. So let's get signed up. We have our account. So first thing you're going to do is I'm going to set up a repository for project as well. So I'm just going to walk through and show you what I want. So I'm going to call this CMPS 160, and I'm going to call it final project. Perfect. See that? I create this name. Now you notice here, you can't do a space. It has to be one name. It will be created, but I will take points off if you do that, because that'll be very confusing. So you could do it like this, which I'm actually going to do it like that. Final project. Perfect. Do you want it public or private? In this case, I want our stuff to be private. The reason being is it's a project it's a group project, and we don't want people stealing our ideas. Add a README file, you could do that, and I'll show you guys how to do that later on. But for the most part, that's fine. And then that's it. Click create. I could have put repository description, but that's fine. Create repository. So now you have this repository. You could change this. I'll show you guys how to do other things with it. But for most part, I'm just gonna do final project, and I'll just click commit. Okay, perfect. That's all right there. Now we have a pull request. We have a lot of things that happen. I'm not gonna get into detail with it right now. But first and foremost, I need you guys to add me as a contributor. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to settings. You are going to, bear with me because it's been a while since I've actually been in here. Invite a collaborator, so manage access. You would come in here and type my name, which would be this. So I'm actually I'm gonna invite my other account. So I'm gonna invite my personal account, this guy right here, and add him to a repository. Okay, and let's see here, pending invite. One invitation. So let's do this. Let's go to GitHub. I'm gonna sign in with that account like that. Oh, what's it gonna do? Security check, really? What the H is this? All right, I don't know what that is. That was a first. All right, so sign in. There we go. And my password. All right, perfect. Now I'm in. I sent myself a thing. Let's see here. It should pop up. It might have been through my email. All right, where is my email for this? Let me see if it's on my email. Just give me a second here. Might be my email. Yeah. So you get something like this. Invited you. It's not gonna let me do it because I'm signed in this way. So I need to do this. I need to sign in through my email like this, because what it's gonna do is it's gonna automatically go to my other account. So bear with me. All right, what is my password? All right, let's okay it. Yep, that's me. All right, so now I'm signed in. I have my updates here. I have my thing here. Now I can view the invitation and I can accept it. The reason I had to do this is because if I would have did it the other way, out of incognito mode, then I wouldn't have had access. It would have went default to my other account and it just wouldn't have worked. All right, so now Jeffrey Siemens is a moderator. So now I could come in here and see the project. And that's what everyone has to do. So let's say that, we'll find somebody from the group here real quick. Let's see who's in what group. Courses, database, that was week 4, we assigned people, team project, groups. All right, so for example, let's say team 2, Pedro. So let's say Pedro set up the account, then Jonathan and Max would have to be added as a contributor. Let's say if it was Monica to set up the account, then Monica would have to add Rocco and Tyler as contributors and so forth. So hopefully that makes sense, okay? So that's gonna be part of your assignment this week, is setting this up, okay? So let's see here. Manage access, click on manage. Let's see here. Oh, this is fine. All right. So now I'm going to teach you is how to add your code. So let's go back to here and let's just set up a dummy thing. I might already have some code here. Perfect. I'm going to use this query. I'm going to save it. And you're going to save your queries as accordingly. So I'll call it CMPS 160. Is it 160 or 162? Oh, geez. I think it's 162. I named it 160. All right. So you see how many classes I have here. All right. 162 it is. All right. So I call it 160. Beautiful. That's 162. But it's fine. For this purpose, I don't care. So I'll call it 162, and in this case right here, it's query 1. All right. Probably won't be specific. I'll just say it's insert into terms table. All right. And let's see here. I'll save it to my documents, and I'll save it just like that. All right. So now it's in there. So now what I need to do here is I need to, this is where it gets a little tricky. No matter if you're using PC or a Mac, you have to set this up. So as you see here, I have that code right here. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna set up a folder and I'm gonna call it Git, G-I-T. I am eventually gonna move this over here in a second. But first and foremost, what I need to do is go into terminal. If you're using a PC, you would go into something called Git Bash. I'll show you what it looks like real quick. Just to show you what it looks like, Git Bash. Let's go to image. It looks like a black screen. There you go. It looks just like this. So what you would do is you would go to your start and run, and you just type in Git Bash, and this guy would pop up. Okay, so this would be the way that you do it. You can't use DOS. You have to use Git Bash. Okay, so I have to use terminal because I'm on a Mac. And what I'm gonna do here is clear my screen. First thing I need to do is see where I'm at. So if I use the word PWD, that tells me my current working directory, present working directory. Tells me I'm in JSeaman. All right, so I needed to be in documents because you see here's the folder documents. So I'm gonna cd into documents, and now I'll do a PWD, and I'm in documents. If I type in an ls list, how can you find out what all this stuff means? I'm not gonna go through all this stuff with you guys. I would expect you to do your own due diligence. So if you go out to, like I said, I'm all over the park. Why is that not working? That is weird. Saying my site is unsafe. I have a secured site. Oh, that's weird. Look at that. All right, something's going on there. Anyways, that's something else to worry about another time. So you come down here to this site here. So this right here, if you come down here, it takes you to my YouTube channel. And so you would just go to playlist, go to playlist, and you would go to, where's she at? Databases, maybe. Go to databases, and you would scroll down to, I know I have it in here somewhere. All right. Where's she at? Well, let's do this because I'm not sure if it's in there. Oh, you know what? It's under source code repository. That's right. So I would go under, oh boy, where's that? Source code repository. There's like 1,000 clips there. Perfect. If you go through Terminal Basics 1, 2, 3, and 4, it walks you through all of this stuff. So it tells you how to view it, current directory. So I highly recommend you doing this. If you want to learn how to use the commands I'm using, like present working directory, ls, all these different things, CDs for changing directory, walks you through all that. So I'd highly recommend you do that, okay? So when I'm explaining this and you're like, what's this mean? Just go watch the video because I talk about it. I don't want to have to repeat it again. All right, so what I need to do is get into the directory I want to be in, which is that Git directory that we created. So I'll cd into Git, and I'll clear my screen. And actually this will help because when you're in introduction to programming, this is something that we do. All right, so ls is right here. Perfect. So I'm gonna clear my screen. And what I'm gonna do is I need to do create a repo. I need to copy the directory of the files. So what I'll do is I'll go back to this code here, And so I'm in the refugee CMPS, or oops, that project right there. And I need to go to, let's see here, this guy right here. So a clone. So I'm gonna copy this URL. You'll see SSH, you'll see all this stuff. For what we're doing, just use this. And I'll do git clone. And then I'll paste in this address and hit enter. All right, I need to enter my username. Boom, and my password. Boom. All right, so you'll have to do that for the first time. So now I'm gonna do a list, a PWD, excuse me. So I'm in the Git folder. Clear this real quick. I'm in the Git folder, and this is the folder that I have right here. So now I'm gonna go out to, where's she at? Right here. So I'm gonna copy this code that I mentioned right here. So I'm gonna go out to Git, and now here's my project. I wanna get into here and paste it in here. So I'm gonna show you something right now today. Where are we at? All right, today, if I come out to this project, there's nothing there, just that right there, right? All right, so, where's my terminal at? Lost it, there it is. All right, so now what I wanna do is I want to move it over here. So the only way I could do that is I need to add it. And there's multiple ways of adding it. But for right now, I'm just gonna show you one way. I'm gonna type in git status first, okay? Not a git repository, all right? That's weird. All right, you know why I got that? Because, and this is good I did this, you have to be in that directory, okay? So as you see, I'm outside that directory. And how do I get into it? I do cd, which is change directory, and I type the name of that directory in, which is this guy right here. So I'll copy this right here, and I'll paste it in here. There you go, hit enter. All right, now I'll do an ls. Now you see I have two files. I had the README file that was already there, and I have this file that I put in here. I'm gonna clear my screen, and I'm gonna do a git status, which should get something that's red. Red means whether, and this is the same thing as if you're using git bash. It's gonna be red or green. Red means that you added a new file, but it's not checked in. So it's almost like you go and wait in line, and you're waiting to check out that new movie, or you're let's say you order some pizza, and first thing you have to do is when you get there is check in, so that they know you're here, and when the pizza's ready, they'll bring it out to you. And so in this case right here, we haven't checked in, so we're waiting around, and they don't even know that we're there. So you have to check in. And it's like when you make reservations. You go to make reservations at Olive Garden or wherever, and you're like, you say your name's whatever, Milk Dud, and Milk Dud party of 4. So now you're checked in. So that's what we need to do here. So we're going to type in, make that bigger. I'm going to type in git add dot. Now right there, what that does is it checks us in. So now how you verify it, it's check status. And now it's green. Now Milk Dud is checked in. Okay, so that's step number 1, is checking it in. Second step is you need to commit it. You have to say, I'm ready to do this. So what you do here is, and you gotta watch this, because this is actually very difficult, and I'll tell you one thing, you guys will all get it wrong probably the first 5 times, because it happens all the time, and it's fine. So you type in git commit space -m, which stands for message. You add a message, and I could say adding new SQL file, okay? And then I do a double quotation mark and hit enter. That's it. Oh, okay, perfect. So you'll get this for the first time, and this is what this means is we have to configure our name. Right now it doesn't know who we are, so it wouldn't know who to provide you with. So it may look a little bit different on PC. When using git bash, we'll have email and name. So I'll type in git config global. Oops. Maybe. Let's see here. Wonder if it'll let me type in username. After doing this, you need to fix identity by using commit with amend. So let's see. Oh, it wants me to edit. Let's see. Hold on a second. Git config. I remember what it is. I think it's username. I think it's username. All right, it says git config global user dot email, and then in double quotations I'll put my email here. All right, and now I think the other one is name, username. I think it's a global. Oops, maybe I can spell right. And then username, and I'll put J Seaman. All right, key does not contain username. What is it? Oh, it's user.name. I bet. Oh, you want it? I think it's a proper name. All right, there we go. All right, so let's go back and configure this real quick. All right, commit, hit enter. All right, your branch is ahead of the original main. You know what? I forgot to do one thing. All right. So I forgot to do a git pull to pull my branches. All right, so I should only have one branch, which is master, but it should have been on there. So if you type in git branch, it says main. That's weird. So let's do git pull origin. And what that should do is pull all the branches that are from the original one, which should be like master and stuff like that. But let's see real quick. So git branch -a. That says original main. Oh, that's where they changed everything around. Now it's called main. It used to be called master, and they changed it around. That's new. I didn't even know about that. All right, so we are caught up with it. Huh. All right. So let's do a git status real quick. All right, now let's do git push origin. What that does is it pushes it out to the, it should be out to here, but something's a little weird. All right, it says it was pushed out. So it has this thing right here, which is a commit ID. It says it was pushed out here. So I'm gonna come down here and refresh it. And look at that, my code's out there now. So 4 minutes ago it's pushed in by Seaman. I don't like that, but whatever. And then here's my code. So this is what I'm looking for you guys to do. This is all part of your project this week. So this is gonna be task number 1 for the group, is set up your GitHub and make sure everyone has, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna have you guys, everyone's gonna set up code. So one person is going to set this whole environment. The other person is going to add the people, and then each person in the group is going to add code. So I want to see you guys do that. All right, that was pretty straightforward. So we'll talk about this in class, but for the most part, this will be a homework assignment. All right, so this right here concludes setting up GitHub and making sure you have your code in there. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye for now.